All right. Now, I'm gonna hand it on off, and we're gonna play some Star Wars. Hit it.
There we are. All right. So today we're gonna play the Star Wars system by Fantasy Flight Games. For anybody tuning in that is unfamiliar, it does not use many numbered dice. It uses a different set of dice that represent both the innate abilities and the skills of the characters, and any challenges they might face from opponents or the environment. It's color coded. I'll just kind of let people check it out as we play. So without without further ado, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This is Star Wars, the Trio Lost. It is a time of galactic civil war. Rebels scattered across the galaxy have begun to form an alliance against the cruel galactic empire. Many inhabitants of the billions of star systems find themselves caught in the struggle unknowingly, or are forced to choose sides. On a mining world, not far from the planet Alderaan, a Clatuidian gunslinger named Opdug, a Force-adherent droid named Takwin, and a Dawutan heavy weapons expert named Pearl walk into a cantina. Stranded, and each alone, they look for work in any way off the crystalline rock they can find. And with that, let's first roll some destiny points.
Oh yes.
Ooh, one dark side.
Tasty, I like that. That works for me.
Oh goodness, how do you roll in this? So I'm not familiar with this
So you're just gonna click the force die. And
I
then
got
just
it.
Click the roll dice, and it'll.
Okay, this is gonna sound dumb as hell. Where's roll dice?
It's right below. It says like choose skill, then description, then roll dice.
I am okay. Hang on one sec. I might just have to refresh this page.
Dead center of the table.
It was not there. In my defense, that big button that is now there was not there.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh, this is good for this. This is good for the storytelling.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So in the narrative dice system, as they call it, in this game, the players and the game master share a pool of destiny points that we can flip to affect the rolls of the others. If I flip a dark side point, I can do a certain number of things with that, like upgrade a check and introduce the risk of like a critical failure. They can flip it and turn to like upgrade their skills, or even affect if they'd like the narrative of the story, so they can introduce new facts provided they're reasonable enough, like forgetting an item, they forgot an item and they need it, or something like that. So I hold all of the power currently.
No power, just like real life.
That's
why we're the.
I'm sorry. I'll hand you some lemons to make some space lemonade out of, I'm sure. So our story begins with Opdug, the first member of, or the first character in our story, entering the cantina. Now they are on the planet Hawk, which is, as I mentioned, is close to Alderaan. It's a mining colony of the grand species. It's very rocky. There's no vegetation. This cantina that they're entering is in a long dark hallway. The door is embedded in a rock wall. And Opdug, is it the Shiliak huts that Opdug is indebted to?
Yes, it is.
So he might be, or they might be thinking about that as they enter this cantina. You walk through the door. It is dusty. There are there's aliens scattered around all of the tables and a few stools at the bar. It's not a very busy establishment. There is no music playing in the background, nor is really anybody talking to each other. But yet the sounds of the mining machinery in the background still give it a nice ambiance that make it hard to hear what other people are saying. What do you do, Opdug? What does Opdug do?
Opdug, well, he'll look around as he makes his way directly to the bar, hoping there's a bartender there. He just walks up, stands there, and tries to get their attention.
It is a rather haggard-looking Devronian. He turns around and he looks at Opdug. He's like, "Yes." What?
Yes, just a plate of milk.
All right, 5 credits, and he slaps it down the table and takes your credits.
Thank you.
All right, now, just behind him, a large Dawutan heavy weapons expert, presumably large gun swung over her shoulder, signature pearls and lipstick, skillfully applied and adorned, walks through the door of this cantina. The view is the same, with the exception of now a Clatuinian is sitting at the bar with a plate of milk. What do you do?
Well, Pearl, she's been around the block a few times. I'll scan around the bar first and see if there's anyone that I know there who could give me any info. However, since I'm not actually that intelligent or cunning, I'm gonna assume that I don't see anyone, and I just go on ahead to the bar as well.
So there's maybe like 5 or 6 tables in the place. Not all of them are occupied, and I mean it's as I described before. It's quiet, somber aliens drinking.
Yeah, I'll go ahead to the bar as well and kind of give Opdug a sideways look. So, what's where the kitty catty is?
I'll look up from you. There's probably a little bit of milk dripping off his lip. Excuse me?
The kitty catty is. What, are you meeting your boyfriend here? Like, what is that? You trying to extort money out of someone?
I mean, my ears. What?
Can I kind of reach out and see if they come off? Just like...
Hey, you never seen pointy ears before? What?
Oh, okay. No, you don't you worry about it. I had a grandson like that too. You know, the ears clip on tail, like 5 years. I understand, baby. And I kind of flag down the bartender after that.
Tail? Jeez.
So the Devronian turns around again and sees you and says, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you."
You got information. I'm looking for a job around here. I know anyone who's hiring.
Look, he says, "I'm not any sort of information broker. I serve drinks."
Well, you
They're
know
not
an
great
information
drinks.
broker or not?
No. What do you want?
A better bartender for starts, but why don't you give me
What?
something strong? Strongest shit you got in the place.
So he reaches under the counter and he pulls out a bottle of Corellian triple distilled whiskey. Gives you a nice. He like kind of looks you up and down. Gives you a bigger glass. Fills it up. Here, have a little extra. Consolation that this is the only establishment here. If you wanted to find a better bartender, you'd want to go to a different system.
I'll pick up this glass. I assume it's like a shot glass because Pearl is like 9'6".
I'm assuming that he's let's say he's giving you something a little more comparable to a pint.
He's giving you a picture.
Help offset the extra.
A bucket.
So finally, a tech droid named Taquin walks through the door. What does Taquin do?
Well, okay, so here, my first question then is, does the bar have droid detectors? And if so, I'm assuming they go off. Or, because this is a mining colony, do they just assume I'm another appliance and nobody pays me any mind?
It is the latter. As you walk in, there's already a couple droids in the establishment. There's like one of the patrons has like an astromech with them, and there's like a maintenance droid or a cleaning droid sweeping the dust. Not being very successful at it, but it appears that they treat you as an appliance. Nobody pays you any mind. Nobody asks you to leave when you enter.
All right, so
sorry, go for it.
So I walk in and I see that the bar is quickly filling up with ruffians or other beings of ill repute. So I straighten my garb in the style of the Tythian Highlander, and I approach the bar and I say, "Excuse me, bartender. Fear not, I am not an appliance. I'm here seeking passage to the deep core. Do you know of anywhere where I might be able to find employment with the scum and villainy of the galaxy?"
Oh, what's with everybody thinking I'm HoloNet today? I have no idea. I just serve drinks.
I am sorry, sir. I've encountered your kind before on the Temple of Edith in Deveron. It has been plundered many ages ago, and yet there are still lessons to be learned there. I know your kind can be quite resourceful.
Well, I'm not a typical. Well, you know what? There's a reason I'm on a mining world here.
Yes, the mines.
The bartender looks at the other two people sitting there, the other two aliens sitting there, and he looks back at you. He's like, so, I don't feel like I could really offer you a drink. Droids don't drink, do they?
I have no need for material sustenance, but if you have any mechanical lubricants that I could use to ease my aching joints, that would be acceptable. I have credits to pay.
He gives a big deep sigh, as if, oh God, oh force, he says.
Updog looks at Pearl with this look like, this droid has credits? Thinking what I'm thinking?
I think he's got someone controlling him. Droids don't usually talk like that, right? Like maybe I'll kind of like talk loud, like you're trying to communicate with someone, just like, who is your master? Tap him on the head. Is there a man behind the curtain that we can talk to? You got Wi-Fi? We need to find a job.
I'm sorry, I serve no master currently. During the war, I did follow a master at one point, and he taught me a great many things, but alas, now I am alone. Are you seeking companionship? You appear to be, and he kind of looks you up and down, supple and breedable for a woman of your age.
So you're alone and you have credits, is what I'm hearing.
But I am not defenseless. I warn you, Should you strike me down, I shall upload my consciousness into the galactic network and become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
He's alone and he's got credits. Hey, you and me, Kitty Catboy, I think we could, like, just, like, pop him.
I think you might be right.
So before you have a chance to take your plan, Doug feels a like firm and suction cuppy tap on his shoulder.
He'll like turn immediately and be ready to attack. Can moving down towards his holster to draw his gun. What the hell? What?
Behind you is a face that you recognize from the halls of the Jasiliak Hut clan. It's a bounty hunter, a Rhodian, by the name of Guna, and two of Guna's thugs. He's got a stern look on his face for I guess for a Rhodian. In the tongue of the Rhodian, he says to you, Guna, mino rana mona, wonamani warana, which, well, you know what I mean. Where's the hut's credits?
Guna, what do you mean? Hut's credits? What do you mean?
You know, he says, you know perfectly well what I mean.
Yeah, I got plenty of time to pay that back.
We've moved the debt table up.
I'll tap Pearl with one hand, whilst the other hand is still ready to draw.
I'll turn around to face these guys. You got a problem? Is there a problem?
So Guna is gonna, give you a little bit of a look of fear.
I can't imagine why.
It's very, very simple. But he quickly gathers his composure. What do you want? Mind your own business.
My own business. You coming in here talking to the huts around the head of the Dawudans? Around the head of the Dodongos? You come into my bar? I say this is my bar now. You get out of my bar.
His suction cup fingers start to work their way down towards his blaster. I'm a representative of the powerful Jabba the Hutt. I've come halfway across the galaxy to find this. He looks him up down. Well, slave stock.
Hey, hold on, Guna. I'm not a slave anymore. That ended when Jiliak died, all right? And I'm now just contracted to Jabba. Come on. That's what I mean. Why are you here?
Again, he just doesn't say anything. He's just got his hand on that blaster.
Guna, look, you know that I'm better than you with this blaster. You want to do this here in this fine man's establishment?
Oh, do you want to take this out in the hallway?
Well, no. I'd rather just leave, but
Yeah, why don't y'all get out of here? You know, like, I know you're a representative of Jabba the Hutt. I think I'll care about Jabba the Hutt when he can make it halfway across the room without breaking a sweat. Why don't you leave?
Give me a coercion check on that one. It'll just be an average check.
See, this is where it gets interesting, because my internal logic for why Pearl doesn't actually have good cunning or presence is because, you see, she had a stroke, and for a while she had to move in with her daughter and her two quirky roommates to live out their golden years. And now she's just big and strong. One success, one threat.
And so these these three Rhodians take a couple steps back. Sure, they've seen many a hut hireling crushed by a Dawootan. They look at Opdug again. Your time is coming. We'll get those credits, or we'll make an example of you. And they turn and flee from the bar.
Yeah, that's right. Look, he'll get his credits. Just get out.
Taquin, I put a hand on. Well, I can't reach her shoulder, but like on the back of her arm, and I kind of lean in and I whisper in the way that a droid whispers. I commend your ability to resolve this without violence. The force is with you.
Oh shit, I could have used violence, you're right. Man.
Yeah, you could have, but this guy said this is the only place for a drink here until we leave, until we get off this rock. I'd rather not,
Yeah,
ruin that.
Droid, you're talking about how you need to get somewhere. Well, are you hiring?
I am not hiring. I am, in fact, a hireling. My last job only gave me enough money to come here, and I am seeking passage the rest of the way to Tython in the deep core.
Opdug hangs his head. He says, he's got no credits. Damn it.
You don't got credits.
Not but pocket change, unfortunately. Enough to pay for amenities while I am here searching for work.
Ah, well, hell. And how much are you worth, Catboy? Like, I could maybe find those guys again. I could really use some money.
We could all use some money. Clearly, I need money to pay this guy.
He does appear to have a bounty on his head. Tell me, son, what have you done that is wrong in your life?
Look, first, it's not a bounty. I just owe him money. What have I done wrong? I mean, I shoot people. I shoot lots of people. People make fun of me. People think I'm something else. I'll shoot you right now. And he pulls his gun and just aims it at him.
Whoa, kitty Catboy. Whoa, Catboy. Let's take it down a notch, okay? No one's accusing you of being weird. No one's calling you weird as much as we might want to.
Man. Good.
So as you have this conversation at the bar of the Dusty Cantina on Hawk, you feel, and this time it's Pearl. You feel a gentle tap on your shoulder.
Who the hell's reaching up to my shoulder? I'll turn towards this tapping. Some long arm.
I imagine it's a little easier because you're probably sitting at a stool, but the you can feel the person kind of stretching up to tap you. It's a human hand.
Hello.
Behind you is a rather small and slender human. He is wearing attire that is made from some kind of silk. It's robe-like, a bit out of place in the bar. But do any of you have a Core Worlds knowledge skill at all? I can't remember. I should know that with me.
I have knowledge lore. Could I use that to identify any particulars about that? I can also roll knowledge core world. I don't have ranks in it.
Give me a knowledge lore roll.
Okay. And what would that be against?
It's just going to be an average check.
No success,
Ooh.
but a triumph.
Hey.
You with that triumph can tell that this this individual who is approaching Pearl bears some sort of social status, and his robes appear to be regal to some extent, though you can't tell whether they are the robes of someone with power or the robes of someone who serves someone with power. But he is looking at Pearl. Excuse me. Did I hear that you were looking for work?
Why, you offering?
Well, I saw what you did with those Rhodians there. You look like you can handle yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, they went away, but like, I'm real good at killing stuff too. If that's what you're after, whatever you
Well-
need, I can do it.
Well, we're looking for somebody with that skill set, but hopefully without the violence itself. Maybe more of an insurance policy.
Yeah. But you're paying?
Quite well.
I'll kind of like smack Opdog on the shoulder, just like, yeah. You go on.
Do you know these two hirelings as well?
Yeah, no, this is what Takwin. He's what's your name, Catboy?
Opdug.
Opdog. Yeah, we are. You're looking for a team, right?
Yeah,
What
we can do it.
is Opdug?
It's me. I'm Opdug. What do you mean?
No.
We're not doing that joke.
Not much, dog. What's up with you?
We have an hour and a half to squeeze more in. Or 2.5. Plenty of time. The gentleman in the fine attire, he turns towards Takwin and he looks over at Opdug. He says, "What's Opdug?" No, he says,
Opdug's my name. It's my name. I'm Opdug.
we are a bit desperate and on a very sensitive mission to deliver something to someone very important.
I love desperate people with important missions.
And based on his style of dress, he appears to be quite wealthy as well, or serve someone who is.
You do look quite wealthy and desperate. Pearl's just practically salivating. She can smell money.
And indeed, it's a strong smell. He's got that air about him. Look, I can't offer you a credit amount other than that it will be very high. I need to consult with my employer, but I represent a very important group.
Eager to get away from the bar and away from the Rhodians, Opdug butts in. It's like, look, how about you tell us this when you take us there now, and we'll all go, and you can just get it all done straight away, and we can just get straight on with it.
Give me just a moment, he says a bit excitedly. He hustles back to his table. There are a few guys sitting around it that are they're wearing some black vests with blue shirts and some cargo pants. You've got helmets on the table that are kind of elliptical in shape with a black window at the top. You see, whispers some stuff to them. They stand up, head back over to you. He says, "Come with us straight away. Follow us. Follow me." And starts heading towards the door of the cantina.
Yeah, okay, hold on. I just gotta finish this. He'll pick up the plate and literally just down the rest of the milk. Ah, it's been so long since I had good milk. And then head out.
I'm very taken aback by this.
You never seen a dog that likes milk?
I'm not sure I've ever seen a dog quite like you before. Yes,
I
let's
have
head
seen
out.
a great many things in my travels. You are among the strangest.
Says you. Okay. What?
So's your
Yes, I did say that. I appreciate your confirmation. Most do not acknowledge me.
Well, it seems you're coming with us, so. And where I grew up, droids were pretty friendly.
Okay, let's get on out that door. Let's come on, let's go.
So this gentleman who has yet to introduce himself formally is now guiding you down a series of tunnels and hallways until you arrive in a large hangar bay. Before you can get any further, immediately off to Taquin's left, he hears a sound. It's a pain sound of a damaged gonk droid. It kind of cries out at the group as they pass.
Can I roll a mechanics check to see if I can identify what's wrong with it?
Absolutely. And so when you turn toward it, it's quite damaged. Some of the things are visible. It's missing a side panel. Some of the lights on its its front chassis are broken. Let me pull him up here. So give me, if you want to diagnose the problem with this droid, you can give me an average mechanics check.
Success to advantage.
Well, so you notice immediately that it's kind of it's even though it's in this sort of pile of trash, and it's laying on its side, and it's continually trying to hoist itself back up, and being unsuccessful. So you discern that it is missing one of its legs, in addition to the other damage that you see. It continues to gonk at you. I'm assuming since Taquin is a droid, he can understand what gonks have to say, and it's what you'd expect. It is asking you for help. It is so very sad that its master has cast it aside in this pile of rubble. It can only hope for the Crusher unless some miracle can save it.
Oh, a mournful gonk.
So it's missing a leg. Is there anything? It's in a pile of trash. Is there any trash or anything that I could use to? I do have a toolkit. Anything that I could use to like build it a crutch or some type of pirate's peg leg, perhaps?
And everybody else can participate in this too. It's a pretty incomprehensible pile of rubbish. So to search it for parts, it will be a hard perception check.
I do. Taquin, as a droid who believes that one day he will be able to touch the Force, has vision beyond vision, which is to say he has infrabinoculars installed that allow him to see through up to 2 meters of wall. Would that allow him to get any bonuses on perception to see anything important in the trash?
Oh, absolutely. I would say you could. Is there a stat that those goggles provide?
It's all it does is that it says that you can remove blacks due to long range or low light, but if it's too thick, like if a wall's too thick or shielded, it adds a black. But there's not really anything mechanically about seeing through a wall that it does.
All right, so we'll say that this pile is not it's incomprehensible, but it's not filled with thick stuff. There's not a lot of thick metal plating or anything, so you can see through it. So when you make that perception check, go ahead and upgrade it.
Okay, upgrade. And that's again, is that hard?
Yes.
1 success.
Deep within the rubble pile, you see another gonk droid leg. You reach in and sorry, go for it.
Is it attached to another gonk droid? Are you gonna be like, I'll save you, Fred?
It is not. So however you do it, sounds like Pearl helps. You dig down and grab the leg. You find a few other components in there that you think will help restore this droid, including a metal plate that is roughly the size and shape of the missing one. Only it is a like bright red rather than the drab brown that donks usually come with. So in order to repair this droid, it's going to be an average mechanics check.
Oh man, none of his homies are going to recognize him with that red foot.
3 failures, 4 advantage.
Mm.
Oh my. So would you like to do anything with those advantages?
Well, I'm not able to repair him clearly with the parts on hand. But with those advantages, so we're in a hangar bay. Is there like any kind of like a sledge or some other thing that he could be sort of placed on that he could scoot himself around on instead? I know gonks don't really have very many power manipulators, but they are basically walking batteries, so maybe we could plug him into something.
You don't see any abandoned sleds per se, any hover sleds or loading droids, but there are a good number of them around. In this hangar bay now, as you look throughout it, there are many ships parked up and down it. Most of them are large, and they all seem to have crews scurrying around their landing gears, of which they are using hover sleds. So you see some, but
they are in use.
Just weld him onto a Roomba and let him scoot himself around like that.
Make his 1 foot a pogo stick.
We can rebuild him.
So as you've attempted to fix it, and the gonk droid now acknowledges that it's not gonna. Well, that this droid attempting to fix him is not going to get any further than, well, anybody else who has in the past. He gonks a sigh of forgiveness. Like, I really am grateful for the help. I understand. But also, please, don't leave me in this rubbish pile.
Can I roll computers to download his memory core before I euthanize him?
Oh my word!
Yes, you can. That would also be a unless you have any equipment to help with it. That would also be a hard.
I do have a slicer, some slicer gear. Doesn't provide any specific mechanical benefit, but
Take just a boost die for it.
okay.
This poor little gonk asking for help, and you're like, "I'll just take your soul with me."
And that'll be against what?
It's the Jedi way.
A 3 purple heart check.
No, nothing.
You can't steal his soul.
Yes. It appears his mind is too far gone for me to be able to upload to the galactic consciousness, but perhaps it is best if he passes into the next world.
Do you want me to just carry it? Do you want this thing, Taquin?
He is not mine to take, but it does seem that he is in a great deal of pain, and if we cannot heal him, then it might be best to snuff out the spark that is this poor, unfortunate soul.
I mean, a gun can be useful. If we, sure, you don't know mechanics, but maybe, this fancy boy knows someone who can stick his leg back on. And then we got a guy who's indentured to us. He'll just do whatever we ask. You want to be a slave, gonk?
And I take my staff and I press it up against her chest, which doesn't go very far. But I say, I hope you're not suggesting that you own this being after providing a service to it.
I'm just saying, maybe we stick his leg back on and he's just so grateful that he wants to clean the ship.
Perhaps, but that would be his choice. And we do have the parts to repair him, and there may be somebody here who can help us. It would be regrettable if we could not save him, but there is life beyond this mortal realm if we cannot.
Yeah, for droids too, I'm certain. I don't know, ask the thing. You want me to carry him or not?
I bend down and I ask him, my friend, it appears that your injuries are beyond our expertise to repair. Would you like us to see if we can find somebody else who might be able to help? Or would you like to join with the Galactic Network and be uploaded?
Oh, please, he gonks at you. Please don't upload me. Please don't snuff me out.
Very well.
Please don't make me go into that good night.
I'm so afraid of the blackness, he says.
The Force is not just for the living. We are subject to its whims as well. Do not fear. We will save you. But if you shall die, that is more for you beyond this.
Okay, that's pretty intense. I'm gonna pick our boy up.
He says he gonks a very hearty thank you at you. Gonk, he introduces himself. His designation is as T004. And he says he will provide any services he can in his state of disrepair, but asks your forgiveness for his brokenness. And with that, the contractor, the gentleman in the fine robes, the word escapes me, I'm sorry. He's sitting there kind of looking a little impatiently at your small group here now. So if you're done playing in the trash, do you think you might follow me?
Just,
This
is useful. Your contractors need things. You want contractors, don't you?
We do want contractors, but we have plenty of power droids on the ship. But I suppose we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry. I'm sorry, I've lost myself, he says, and he turns on his heel, and starts marching towards it's a nearby CR-90 Corvette. He waves for you all to follow him.
Can I roll a knowledge lore to see if the livery of this Corvette is particular to any society or culture, just so we have an idea of what we're walking into?
So how do you want to access the library?
No, the livery, like the paint job and stuff. If there's any distinguishing marks.
Yes, you can. It would just be go for it. It would just be, let's say it was, I feel like that would be a hard check. So let's go with a hard check.
2 success.
So you can tell by the red paint that kind of the embellishments or the trim on the ship that is set against the cream body of it, that it is an Alderanian diplomatic vessel.
And I kind of console Pearl, and I say, this appears to be a vessel from Alderaan. They have no weapons. Unfortunately, I fear that you may have no need of your formidable weapon.
I mean, they're hires, baby. I wasn't planning to shoot them.
Yes, but the job they have for us, I assume, will be a mission of peace and will involve no violence.
Maybe it's because they don't have their own weapons. That's why they need us. You ever think about that, Taquin? You never think about that.
I prefer to be optimistic.
And
Me
so-
too.
so-
That's what I'm saying.
Look, Taquin, look, from the looks of that big gun she has, that looks pretty important to her. And, well, I know my guns are important to me. Trust me, don't want to try and get that off of her, if I know anything.
I will keep your advice in mind. I will not attempt to remove her of her weapons.
Yes.
And so as you have this conversation, and the man in the robes, nor either of his compatriots, the men escorting him, really pay much mind to your back and forths. They guide you onto a round turbo lift that has descended from the belly of the ship. It carries you up and inside into the sterile white hallways of the CR-90. That's pretty classic look. It's not very exciting. It's blank. He guides you through the ship to a cargo hold. Inside that hold is a pile of black boxes stacked in a pyramid. They take up most of the room. This is where you'll be guarding. You only need to stay with it while we enter hyperspace. Once in, you'll be free to use the refresher or the galley. There's a cath machine and a meal vendor if you're hungry. Please don't stray from beyond that. And he kind of steps out in the hallway of this thing. He points down it. Both of those are down there. But again, please don't stray from that path. The rest of the ship is off limits to you. The things you're guarding there, they're in those crates.
So you just want us guard in a room? We just stand here?
Yes, the chances of us encountering any violence are hopefully low, but the cargo is sensitive enough. We must have an insurance policy.
And you're paying good, right? If it's we're just standing here, that's it?
More or less, yes.
Okay. I'll put down my gun. Okay. Sit. Sucks.
That seems like a really, we're on the ship and they're asking us to guard something in their ship. Can I roll a knowledge underworld to see if I know of any pirate activity in the area that we should be keeping an eye out for?
Absolutely, go for it. It would again just be an average check.
3 success and an advantage.
So There is no real pirate activity around the planet Hawk, but there is a heavy Imperial presence, and that is what your knowledge of the underworld imparts on you. That ships traveling in and out of the system are very occasionally stopped and searched. The Imperials now control a large, like the largest stake in the mining operations, and so that's the only violent party that exists in the area that you're in now.
So I'll show discretion, and I'll wait until he leaves to impart this information.
If you need anything from us, we will be on the bridge. You can use that comms box over there, and he points by the door, and it's a standard comms box. It's got a nice mesh screen for you to talk into, and another screen to display words and numbers for aiding and operating it. Anything, ask for anything if you need it. The trip will not take any more than 7 or 8 hours. And like I said, when we enter hyperspace, make yourselves at home. And he kind of he turns on his heel, waves for you.
How about them credits?
Oh, the credits. Give me just a moment. He kind of disappears. He goes to the
I'll
door.
start walking up to the door as he turns.
You're gonna walk up to the door?
Yeah, as he turns. Trying
Like
to get there before he just shuts it or something.
You're concerned he's gonna steal us in here.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So are you trying to stop him from leaving the room till he tells you?
Yeah, basically.
So the two guys that are with him kind of step in between you and him. He says, "Look, it's just not within my authority. I'm going to go make a call on the comms right now to let my boss know we've found someone. Well, 3 someones. And to get the credit figure for you."
Can I
We are a
roll
reputable
perception?
Absolutely.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same.
Instead of rolling perception, can I use my X-ray specs to see what's in those boxes, or at least to see if they're shielded?
Absolutely. They are, and that'll be the perception checks will be average. Using your specs to search the boxes will be a hard check.
One success.
And 1 success, 1 threat.
1 success, 3 threat.
Oh, we're so threatened.
So with those threats, I'm gonna use those to cue your characters into the peril that you might be in if you do attempt to be coercive or go after these guys and all these two gentlemen that have stepped between you and the robed gentleman. I'm gonna use that word a lot, I guess, this morning. They have an air of soldiers about them, and they're not the only ones you've seen on the ship. With the X-ray or the searching through the boxes, you note that it is medical supplies. It's mostly small canisters of Bacta, fast flesh patches, various medicines, antimicrobial agents, and antibiotics. The guy in the robes, he turns back to you. By the way, my name. Did I share him on the table too? Let me share him here. My name is Satine. I am employed by the House Organa of the planet Alderaan. We do not leave those we hire wanting for much. If you'll excuse me. And he and the soldiers, they leave the room. And with that, I am gonna mute this really quick. I have to run to the bathroom quite badly.
Okay, we'll do a quick break.
Sweet.
Sounds like a plan. I'll bring up the cats. Let me know when you're back. I'll take this time to remind people, because I was not caffeinated when we started, that actually, let me bring this up real quick. To donate, there's a link at meowrathon.com, or you can just go to right below on Twitch. There is a widget. You can donate through that. We use Tiltify, which gives the money directly to the charity, so you don't have to worry about whether or not I'm being legit with it, because I don't have any say over not being legit with it. We also were discussing being able to do some Banes or Boons. So for every $5 you donate, you can choose to either help or hinder folks. So if they're having a hard time, you might be able to help them by throwing $5 at them. Also, there's a raffle. We've got some great stuff from a lot of folks involved. So if you want to check out what those items are, there's a link in meowrathon.com, and the more you donate, the more entries you get to the raffle, and you might be able to get some cool stuff. So check that out.
All right, so how the dice rolls in this system work, for any viewers unfamiliar, is that the characteristics of the players are represented by 8-sided green dice. And so for every rank that they have in a particular characteristic, or it would be ability scores, I believe in D&D, they get 1 green die to roll. And then each of those characteristics has skills that correspond with it. And for each rank in the skill, you get to convert one of those green die over to a 12-sided yellow die. And that will give the player a chance of getting a triumph, which is essentially a critical success. It's a lot like a natural 20, maybe not quite as powerful, but maybe not. And then to counterbalance those, there are the difficulty dice. Those are purple. For each increase in difficulty level, you add another purple die. And then to make things even harder, those purple die can be upgraded to a red die, which then introduces a chance of a critical failure. So any donations that are made can either be used to, if you choose to boon the players, it will upgrade their roll, so they'll be able to turn one of their green die into a yellow die. Or if you do for some reason want to make it harder on them, I will also upgrade the difficulty for the Banes, and that could make things interesting and perhaps a bit entertaining from maybe a Greek comedy sort of.
Punish us. It's the only morally good thing to do.
Because we sure as hell ain't gonna do any morally good things. Well, maybe you.
Every time someone makes a stupid op dog joke, it's just like despair.
Oh shoot. I'm getting a call on my phone, and apparently it's.
Uh-oh.
I apologize. Someone very close to me is traveling long distance today, and they were calling me, and so I texted me back. So anyway, back to the story. Quick recap: they are the characters in a cargo hold on an Alderaanian CR-90 Corvette. They are guarding a stack of boxes that they have determined are medical supplies. And they are waiting for the ship to enter hyperspace. So as they stand around these boxes, well, actually, why don't you two? I got a couple perception checks for the room. So some of the things that are in here, it's mostly white and sterile looking environments, but there are a few jump seats for passengers to sit in on takeoff or for landings. And as they stand there, the comms on the ship crackle to life. It is the voice of it's a voice they don't recognize yet, or that they've never heard before. This is your captain speaking. We are about to initiate takeoff proceedings. Please find a secure place. That is all. And the comms turn off again.
Legitimate question. Would I even fit in any of these jump seats out of curiosity? Because I am a silhouette to Dewooten.
No, you wouldn't.
I'll just wedge myself between the floor and the ceiling and brace. Safety first.
It's just a little too tall to brace like that. But give me an easy coordination check.
Oh, I can do that, I'm certain. Yeah, 4 success, 1 threat.
So as the ship takes off, it rattles a little bit, and there's all sorts of gravitational energies, aka getting tossed around. And I'm guessing. So what did Badger, or sorry, Badger, what did Opdug and Taquin decide to do?
Well, Taquin would strap himself in. He says, "I sense that they are on a mission of mercy. These boxes contain naught but medical supplies, and I fear that a dark shadow is reaching out. The Empire's in this sector. We must be cautious."
The Empire. This is why I don't leave hut space.
The Empire's in every sector. You really got to work hard on your shadowy premonitions.
Well, I must admit that I am not truly connected to the Force yet. I am but a droid. But one of these days, I have no doubt that my abilities will become more than just parlor tricks.
Okay, well, cool trick. The Empire's in this sector. Thank you, Nostradamus.
My name is Taquin.
Okay.
While that's happening, Updog does the he'll go up to one of these jump seats and in traditional cat-like nature will paw at the seat a couple of times and then turn around and sit in it.
Are you
And
going to
strap
curl up in
himself
it and
in.
strap yourself down?
So the only thing that happens here is that Pearl takes 1 point of strain from bracing herself against the walls from that threat on the coordination roll. It's just the walls are at an awkward angle, and it takes a lot of effort to keep herself braced. On the RPG sessions, if you don't know how to do it already, you'll click on Pearl, you'll click on your character. Oh, you already did it. Cool. Then you'll add a point of strength. Fantastic. I should know better than to give instructions. I know people can figure.
To be
stuff
fair,
out.
I started this by saying, how do I roll the dice? So it's not that far off to be like, honey, do you know how to hit the button?
All right, so the journey to space is uneventful. As I said, there's some rattling and some shaking and all of that. The comms crackle to life again once the ship becomes more still. We have now entered orbit. We will be entering hyperspace in T-minus 5 minutes.
I mean, I don't have any mechanical skill, but before we enter hyperspace, can I just try to, like, glue the leg back on this stupid little gong so it's not rattling around in here, just bouncing off the walls?
Let me try to fix them again. Or, I mean, they said not to leave, but presumably the ship has a repair bay somewhere.
We got 5 minutes, right?
If you want to do that now, or yes, presumably it does have a maintenance or a repair bay somewhere that would grant you some boosts to repair this droid. And as as Satine said earlier, you will have time to move around the cabin once you've entered, or move around the ship once you've entered hyperspace. So if you want to, as you're waiting to enter hyperspace, attempt to fix the gonk again. It's the same check. It'd be a hard mechanics check to restore its mobility, and to restore some of his, to remove some of the wounds. He's rather injured, this droid. He's got six wounds currently.
Okay.
So mechanics roll would help to remove those.
Okay, so even if I can't do that, I do also have some emergency repair patches, so I might be able to help him in that way if I fail. 2 success, but a threat.
Fantastic. So I'm going to use that threat to give you also a point of strain. Attempting to repair this droid as you rattle around in the atmosphere in an orbit, it's a little challenging. And so you accumulate one of those as you try. but you are able to finally attach this red panel that you found using your toolkit, and get that second gong leg you found attached. T004 is now very well. I don't know if gonks can really make an overjoyed gonk noise, but he attempts to make one. Thank you, he gonks at you. You've given me new life. I'm forever in your debt. I know that
It's
big
always
one
good
over.
to see a rebirth of the spirits.
I know that you told that big one that you couldn't order me around, but well, I am yours now if you wish to have me.
I've never had a squire of my own. I have been squired, but never a squire to me.
The gonk droid admits a query. Squire.
Yes, once I'm going to go into a long rambling tale here.
Someone just interrupted.
Yeah.
Good enough. Okay.
So as you enter it, you feel the telltale sensation of the ship accelerating into hyperspace.
And since the gonk droid wasn't strapped in anywhere, he goes flying and loses his leg.
God damn it.
Indeed, he does.
Oh no!
Yes.
A little tooth.
Let's see here. The wall. How do we get off there? The wall is rather hard. It's got a base damage of like 4. It's an improvised weapon.
Why didn't we just make him strap in?
And so the he skitters across the cargo bay, slams into the wall, and the panel that you've just attached it pops loose in a corner. So it's still sitting at about he's about at half his wound threshold. He's still damaged, redamaged a little bit.
Can I put an emergency repair patch on him?
Absolutely.
All right, so that heals 3 wounds
It's like,
on him.
goddamn, okay.
Oh, I thought the emergency repair did 5. All right, 3 it is.
No, yeah, there's 3 for droids. Stim packs do 5 for living beings.
Actually, full disclaimer, I've never ran a game with a droid player character, and I've always just assumed that it did the same.
Yeah, I think it does less, but it doesn't diminish when you reuse it.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I'll fix the repair patch and I'll say, "You must be careful, my friend. Balance is important in all things."
Kind of waddles back and forth. He says, "Gog, gog. I didn't lower my securing rod. That was my mistake."
Does he lower his securing rod?
It comes down from just between his gonk legs.
And what a magnificent rod it is!
It secures him fastly to the floor of the cargo.
This is a family stream, sir.
So now you are in hyperspace. The ship is rather still, and you can feel the ambiance of the extra dimensionality around you. That strange hyperspace, like, I guess, wine, or it always sounds very peaceful though, so I hesitate to use the term wine. But anyway, so you now are on this ship in this cargo hold. You've been granted permission by your the giver of the job, Saim, to use the refresher and the galley, or the gallery, the kitchen, the cafeteria.
Yeah, well, I'll go get a sandwich, go touch up my lipstick, take advantage of the amenities. It's not like I'm getting to shoot anything. I might as fucking well. Pardon my language. Might as well.
So I have an ability called As the Force Wills It, which normally to recover strain, you have to roll Discipline or Cool, but this allows me to do an easy knowledge lore check instead to recover strain. So I'm going to go into my data banks and see if I can find any sacred Jedi text to meditate upon. Two success and an advantage, so I presume I can recover my strain that I took. Repairing.
Absolutely.
Are you gonna let your squire jack into you, see if you can share your ancient knowledge?
Oh,
Because they're droids, you know. How would you phrase that?
I'll share with him some wisdom. Actually, with that advantage, because there is a Gonk religion. Would I know about that? Would I maybe be able to
Serious.
share with him the wisdom of his people?
Another full disclaimer here. I had no idea there was a Gonk religion. I just assumed they were like.
I don't think any of us knew that.
Yeah, I just thought they were smart power supplies. Wow.
I'm rolling knowledge lore in real life.
Absolutely. Absolutely, go for it. Roll that knowledge lore. We'll just make it another boring average.
Two success and a threat. I may have the inflection wrong here, but I believe your tenant's gonk, 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 gonk. I'm gonna keep going until somebody tells me to stop. Gonk.
Baby, I'm in the other room. I'm not saying shit.
He joins in with you and starts saying the gonks with you.
Someone looks around the corner and just sees these droids gonking at each other. It's like,
that's exactly what Optug does. He's sitting there in the chair still. He sees this. Like,
peace. Bye.
And yeah, he walks out.
Meanwhile, Pearl in the cafeteria has finished her sandwich and then reapplied her lipstick. And it is especially the lipstick that does this. She recovers some strain. Yes. Gets a point back. So you're back down to
face back on.
Nice.
You never know when you're gonna meet your future husband. You gotta stay ready.
All right. And so what is Optug gonna do?
Well, so the Cyan guy told us we could only go one way, so he's going to get to the door and completely go the opposite direction.
You're going to go and cause a nuisance of yourself?
Exactly.
Is there anything in particular you're going to look for in that direction? Is there anything you want to...
So he's never, because he's been a slave for most of his life and then still just hung around scum. He's never been in a room this clean and this like white. So he's just shocked by it and he's just trying to explore.
Are you gonna like rub
really
your
looking
face
for
on
anything?
everything? You're trying to like mark it with your scent like a kitty.
Probably like when he gets to an intersection, he will definitely do that on the corner. Yep.
So let's see what you find here. Give me an easy perception roll.
Nothing. 0 success, 3 advantage.
Is there anything that you would like to spend those advantage on?
The ship definitely smells like you now. No one can argue it.
Yeah, perfect. I'm
The
not.
scent of ammonia has been.
It's scent. Yeah, my scent is literally all over the walls, and so I will never get lost because I know exactly where I've been.
I couldn't find the box. I just had to go.
And so maybe this will help. So some of the things you see on your tour of the ship, are well, I mean, it's all of the doors are that characteristic CR90. If anybody, I think most people are familiar. It's a square white door, rounded corners. Just your regular white spaceship hatch, I guess. Anyway, some of those are open, and you can see inside of them. There's a couple bunk rooms with some soldiers sitting in them. You can tell that they're soldiers because they have it's blaster rifles. You walk by a repair bay as well, where there are a couple of tech droids and a rather greasy looking human working on some things in there. Find 2 more cargo holds. And I mean, essentially the layout of the ship, the deck that you're on is one big loop. And so as you walk around, you come back around to the door you were at. Just before you get there, you look through another open one, and Pearl's sitting there using something as a reflection. Does Pearl have like a pocket mirror? I don't know any of her.
Oh yeah, she's got a compact.
Yeah, so she's sitting there at the table, crumbs strewed about a plate, reapplying her lipstick, and then you're back at the door to the cargo bay. Is
this gonk nonsense still happening?
I imagine by now. Oh yeah, definitely. They're still talking about gonk religion. Is there anything that you can fill us in about that religion? Is there some interesting minutia we should know? Something entertaining?
Well, I did get a thread on that. So Taquin's knowledge about the particulars of the Gonk religion are fairly limited, but he is sort of aware that maybe there is some sort of eternal power source that some Gonks believe that they will be able to plug into one day. Taquin equates this with the Force, of course, and is trying to convert the Gonk friend to see that no, you see, the eternal power source is just another name for the galactic force that binds the galaxy together, an energy field that surrounds everything.
It's like if you just substituted your brain with a USB stick loaded with Wikipedia.
Okay, well, so one last rub up against the doorway before Opdug walks back into the room. So, you guys still going? Gonk?
Well, our minds are balanced and our spirits are settled. If you would prefer us to maintain silence.
Hold on. Spirit droids? Whatever. Look, I found a repair bay.
Yes. Our friend took quite a spill. It might be worth the time to go and see if we can fix him up.
I mean, yeah. I guess I'll lead you there. You can't smell, can you? No. That's fine.
I do not bathe, so sometimes I believe I smell quite a bit.
It's just a machine. Can he walk?
Yes, he should be able to walk.
Okay, well, yeah, it's this way. This stuff will be fine without us, right? And anyway, Pearl's just over there.
Yes, our mission was to guard. Perhaps I will remain in that case, and you can take the droid to the repair bay.
I can't fix the droid.
I am sure there are other technicians there who may be able to help you if your intelligence is not up to the task.
Ooh, bitch.
What? Man, look, I can fix plenty good things, just not a droid. But I don't think they're going to help me What with this droid? Maybe if it's there with a repair droid, like you.
Yes, I see your point. Perhaps you can guard the cargo and give me directions to the repair bay, and I will take our friend there. And if anything happens to the medical supplies we are supposed to be guarding, I trust you will be able to defend it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, I can defend it. It's fine. It's so that way. There's a few quarters around the bend. You'll see it.
Thank you. I appreciate your direction, sir.
So you head down the hall towards the repair bay with your gonk friend T004 waddling behind you slowly. He struggles to keep up as gonks do. So you arrive in the repair bay. This kind of this very greasy looking human holding a Hydra spanner turns towards you as he wipes the tip off with a rag. Who are you?
Greetings. I have been hired to help with some things aboard this ship, but our companion, this gonk droid, seems to have taken a bit of a tumble as we took off. As you can see, he is not quite sturdy on his legs just as of yet. So I would like to inquire if we could make use of your repair bay in order to make sure he is in tip-top shape.
Jeez, what kind of droid are you?
Wow. I am Caquin.
Never seen a droid quite like you before. I don't know you know what? Actually, hold on a second. He waddles over to the wall, hits the comms box, says something in there. It's kind of hard to make out unless you listen in really close. And if you'd like to, it's a easy perception check.
I'll perceive. I'll try and understand what he's saying. No success, but an advantage.
So the one thing that you make out in this is he sounds like he's asking if it's okay for you to use it, and then the actual words that you make out with that advantage. So he says, "There's some really weird, very well spoken droid. It doesn't look like a protocol droid. He's wearing clothes. What's happening?" He comes back. He says, "Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out. Oh, but not literally. Like, look out. The conduits over there are exposed on that bench. So use the other one." And he goes back to wiping his Hydra spanner and staring at this pile of components on the particular workbench he's using. Any repairs that you make to anything in this repair bay will receive 2 blue boost die because it's rather well equipped.
Nice. So our friend, I think he still got some wound, so I'll make an attempt to repair him.
But he is now he has been repaired more. Still got 2 wounds left, so now it's just an average check to repair him instead of that hard check.
2 success, 5 advantage, and a triumph.
Hey! Damn, that's a loaded roll.
So with that, you managed to repair all of the damage to the droid. It's completely free of wounds. Now with that 5 advantage, you kind of have the ability, since you're repairing him. Are you familiar with any like the droid crafting rules at all?
Yeah, but not on hand. I could pop open the character generator here. Could I just use those to maybe reinforce him in some way?
Sure. So you could use those 5 advantages to give him an additional 2 to his wound threshold.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you could also use it to add defense.
Probably defense, because what I'd like to do, since he was damaged but functional, so I know what places he can be hit and still survive. So if I can maybe armor up the other places on his body, since presumably if he was shot there, he wouldn't survive.
And I should say you are the mechanic here doing the work on the droid. So
Yeah.
if that's, you know, if you have other ideas as well, like feel free to offer them up. Use those tools to do what you will to them. And then of course we've got that triumph still to use.
Pogo legs. Pogo legs. Pogo legs.
I do love the internal logic of like someone gets shot, so you're like, I'll armor everywhere except
Else.
the bullet hole. Because I know if he's shot there, I'll be fine.
Yeah, survivorship bias. That's how they armored planes in World War II.
Yeah.
Patchwork armor.
The planes that made it back with bullet holes don't need to be armored there.
That's a fantastic fact I will be incorporating into future storytelling endeavors. So is there any? Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, so just to armor him up, maybe to give him some more defense. I know Gonk droids, he seems kind of like basic intellect-wise. Is there anything I could do to give him a bit of a tune-up, overclock him so he's a little not as simple, perhaps?
Over gonk him.
Yeah.
So that
Rocket boots.
that triumph then, you're able to use it to upgrade his intellect by 1. We're going to give him a whole extra point of intellect in his characteristics. So he's a bit smarter. He turns to you after you've done this. Gonk, 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 gonk. I feel, yeah.
Your addiction has improved considerably.
He says, it has. I feel in Gonkish, and with the Gonks, there's more inflections in them now. He seems to be able to inflect the Gonks a little bit. He says, I've never felt so. What is this word? I can see more things. I can sense more things. I can tell more of what's going on. I don't.
You've taken your first steps into a larger world.
I feel like I could power up 5 devices instead of just 1. With that, your game friend is repaired and spry. His waddle's even a little bit faster.
He's got some a little chewing gum in his walk.
All right, and so is there anything else you'd like to do here as this ship is traveling through hyperspace?
Since this is more of just a, I have an idea of where we are. Taquin doesn't necessarily. So this is me asking. Taquin has mentioned in the past being squired during a war. There's not a lot of types of people that he would be squired to gain the sort of outlook he has. Are there any, since this is the repair bay, are there any other mechanics droids that perhaps Taquin recognizes tooling about?
No. So these droids are just some pretty standard mechanics droids. I don't know the model per se, but they look a lot like, you know, they're let's say they're astromechs. There's a couple astromechs. They're both like, you know, like R3 models. So they just really are not packing a lot. They pretty much just plug into things, work the computers, weld.
So nobody important.
Nobody important.
Okay.
Everyone can be important, Taquin. You should know that. I thought the Force was with us all.
Well, it's with some of us more than others, clearly.
Is there anything else that Pearl does while you're traveling through hyperspace here?
Not really. At some point after I'm done, you know, refreshing myself, I will return to the bay where Opdug is to do the job, which is to say, sit on the floor and do nothing. She's not super pleased about this, but May take a nap. She's bored. She's
Keep your gun
so...
pointed at the door, just about shoot Cacklin when he comes back.
Just for fun, gotta keep it interesting.
You walk through the door and you see Opdog actually sitting on the floor, and he's just like throwing his guns about in his hands, like just showing off his dexterity, his cat-like reflexes. Just filling time.
No, you're supposed to hold them with both your hands, honey. You've used those before, right?
Yeah, plenty of times. Don't worry. I just need to do this. Like my mom, my sisters. We just used to. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna keep our reflexes up, you know.
Oh, like you and your family. What, you like to get gymnasty sometimes? Doing your handsprings and stuff. You one of those?
Well, I guess when you say it like that, it sounds weird, but you know.
What could possibly be weird about that?
You make everything sound just, I don't know.
Upsetting. I'll kind of wave him off. I'll just sit on the floor and, I'll settle in for the trip. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I assume I'm going to be, not well utilized here.
As you're trying to drift off, he's still going. He's like, I'm just not used to this clean, smooth walls, you know. I like to be a little furry, and like I need something to grip into, you know.
Wait, you're used to the walls being furry?
Well,
Like
yeah,
you've been living inside a stomach for your entire life?
No. I just need things to scratch on, you know.
Have you never been in a room? You raised in a literal barn?
What? No, because I've been in a room. We need things to do, you know.
What, you want to polish my gun? Keep yourself occupied?
I've got my own guns for that.
Well, polish your own guns. What are you complaining about? Let me sleep. Let me have a nap.
I'm told I just gotta go on then.
Oh God. Why are you getting so mad at me?
So as this conversation is going on, it's now been about 4 hours that you've been in hyperspace. The comms crackle back on again. This is your captain speaking again. We are preparing to exit hyperspace. We have arrived at Tanakh. Please secure yourselves. We will be entering orbit in T-minus 5 minutes.
God damn, I'll brace myself again. Not allowed in the chairs.
I was hoping you weren't gonna wake up.
Yeah, give me another easy coordination check, Pearl.
For success. I'm so braced.
Having figured out last time just how to get a good grip on this wall, just where to leverage it, you do. Assuming Takwin and Opdug take a seat.
Yep.
In the jump seats.
Help the Gonk get secured as well, so he doesn't.
They go bouncing around and take all the wound again.
Yeah.
He got you. I learned my lesson. He secures himself with his securing rod.
Oh yeah.
It extends
approvingly.
The ship decelerates out of hyperspace. At first, it's kind of calm. Then the rattling starts up. Then it gets a little more violent. Then there's calm. Then you feel it come to a landing. And most of the systems power down.
Is there any communication coming through on the radio?
No, there's not. But not long after it lands, you've unbuckled yourselves and unbraced from the walls, and T004 has unsecured himself. Sain walks back through the door with his guard. All right, we are here. We are on the planet Tanakh, if you are familiar. This should be.
Can we roll a knowledge, either core or outer rim, depending on where we are?
It's like a mid-rim world. So let's say pick either one of those. Whichever one's higher, roll that. Say that again.
They're the same.
Okay. So just do that roll, and then it'll be an average check.
I'll try that too.
Failure. Haven't heard of it.
Oh, I got success and threat, or 2 success, 2 threat to outer rim.
Why not?
I know this place, and I'm pissed off that I'm here.
So I promise I won't do this a ton, but I'm gonna convert those threats of yours to strain again.
Damn.
Pearl is a little she's feeling strained. She's a little frustrated that Tanakh is such a boring farming world. There's really nothing to it. So she just really does not see any sort of fighting happening here. It's a great disappointment to her. Doug, on the other hand, knows that.
No, I have failure and threat.
Oh, you got a failure? Oh, pardon me. So then, Pearl's the only one who knows.
That's the only one that knows anything.
Doug is worried that he won't find any more milk on this planet. So he just gets one strain, gets a little gnawing feeling in the pit of his stomach.
Need my milk.
There was no milk on the ship as well.
Now you'll have your milk. It's a fucking... I need to stop swearing. It's a farming planet. You can get it straight from the Yada. There's nothing else going on. There's milk and animals, far as the eye can see. Brilliant.
Satine hears you say that. He says, well, actually, it's purely a... Well, it's purely if anybody's familiar with agriculture, I don't actually know the word for this. There's no dairy on this planet. It's a fully cropped planet. It mostly grows space soy.
Soy milk then. Soy milk, all the soy milk you could want.
So as all this is happening, he goes over to one of the panels on the wall, opens it up, types some things in on the Aribresh keypad. The door opens, and like a door opens in the wall, and 2 loader droids come out and begin moving the boxes around, shifting them until there is a path going towards the center of this pyramid of boxes. Satine walks into the middle of it, grabs what looks like a long attaché case, but since this is Star Wars, it's brown instead of silverish. It says, "Follow me." He heads back out again towards where that down the hall towards where that turbo lift was.
So while we're following him, this thing seemingly, because Taquin was able to look in and see that there was medical supplies. So this thing was hidden in there. Is he able to, can I roll perception to see if I can see what he's grabbed that may be different from the rest of the cargo?
So I mean, you could certainly roll, but if you were to train your goggles on it, you would see that it is made of a very, very impenetrable metal. You cannot see through the case by any means that you have currently.
Okay.
So he guides you to the turbo lift. It goes down, and what you see now, when you reach the bottom, is a very, very large, spread out tarmac with hangars on, well, all sides of it. This thing is at least, and I personally am not great with estimating distances, but a kilometer-ish across. It's very big. There are other ships parked. There's other CR-90s. There are other models of frigates. And then a smattering of what are, I don't think your characters would recognize them, but any viewers or listeners would recognize them as the Incom X-Wing. These are striped with blue. They bear an emblem on the side of a cat. And if you were to look up Star Wars cats currently, they're similar in every way except that they look a little different. But that's what you would see as a silhouette of those. This tarmac is very busy. There are people rushing around it. Under every ship, again, there are people, men, women, other humans, aliens. They all have hoses and wrenches and cargo loader, not skits, but dollies. He guides you across this tarmac towards the only building that doesn't look like a hangar. He guides you through a series of hallways until you reach a rather, official-looking door. Now, if you would all wait here, I will be right back. It's actually totally spaced me here. One of the things he discusses with you as you walk this path is the pay that your characters will receive. It is a whopping 15,000 credits apiece.
Ooh. I'm not going to argue with that. I like it.
Finally, some actual business.
And so when you reach this door, he says, the matter at hand is rather sensitive. I'm sure people such as yourself understand. If you could wait in the hall. And he goes in the room. Does anybody want to say anything to him before he goes in?
I'll ask him about what he's carrying. I'll say, I sense that the case that you are carrying is the true cargo that we were supposed to be guarding. If it is indeed as important as I am assuming, based on the sense that I am getting from it, is there any bonus if we provide additional security to you?
I have not been authorized to give additional bonuses, and like I said, ideally we'll run into no trouble. This is a very secure facility.
Very well. One more question. Should something happen to you and we must choose between your life and the cargo you carry, what should we choose?
If anything were to happen. Not saying that anything will.
I think you broke him.
He froze.
Yep.
Wait, are we frozen?
No, we're not.
Uh-oh.
Just God.
God has left the chat.
Oh,
There we go. Sorry,
There he
everything
is.
froze me there for a second. I'm not sure where exactly I cut out there, but more or less, he says if you run into trouble, it'll be up to you to negotiate through him with his employer. But it's a peaceful farming world and a secure facility. There's no way you could run into trouble here.
No way.
no way.
No way.
Nah.
But if something were to happen, then we might be able to take the cargo and have leverage for more negotiations.
That's not a very Jedi-like thing to say.
I'm not a Jedi, I'm a robot.
So
Because
as
I was
you
wired to a Jedi.
So as you wait in the hallway here, not long after, maybe like 5 minutes after you've been standing there, you hear footsteps coming from around the corner. A woman in a white robe with her hair tied back in 2 buns and a pair of droids, one protocol droid gold with a silver leg, and an R2 unit, or an R unit, an astromech with a blue and white color scheme. They round the corner, followed and flanked by a large squad of soldiers. They march up to you where you're standing, and this woman very sternly says to you, "I'm on Senate business. Please clear my path."
Excuse me. Excuse me. You on Senate business, please clear your path. Are you the one who's supposed to be paying us? Clear a path to my wallet and then I'll get out your way.
I'm not exactly sure who you are, but I have many people in my employ who are to be paid. I don't ever do any of that paying. If I do owe you.
Can I roll a knowledge lower core worlds? Because this astromech may have run in some of the same circles that Taquin did once long ago, to see if he maybe would recognize this droid. Because presumably who knows who this human being is, but the droid might be important.
Yeah, this bitch.
By all means, yes. Roll a hard check for that one.
Okay. Can I do lore to see if I've heard any tall tales maybe about this character?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Threat, no. If anything, he seems totally unimportant.
He seems very important, but he catches you.
Yeah, knock that guy down.
It's just a mechanic.
He catches you. He catches you looking at him, and he turns towards the woman and beeps something at her, like, which you understand to say, "I don't know why that strange clothed droid is looking at me, but I don't trust him." Also, Senator, he seems strangely familiar. That's what the droid says. That's your threat. So this woman's sitting there staring at Pearl. Are you asking for a bribe to clear my path?
Asking for a bribe? I'm asking for the money that we were promised for doing a job, gotten something for your boy. Your boy just ran off without us. He told us we were gonna get 15 grand a piece, and he gave us nothing. And now you're coming out telling me to get out of your way before we even gotta pay. You need to learn some manners, young lady.
What is your name?
I'm Pearl. I'm Pearl Dodongo. Maybe you heard of me?
So this droid, this other droid on the other side, this gold one, turns to her. He says, "Senator, these are the guards that Satine hired."
Yeah, we're the guards that Satine hired.
"Oh," she says, "you will be paid when the job's complete. Here, follow me." And she pushes past you. She slips through.
I was gonna say, she tries to push past me. I'm gonna obstruct.
I don't think that she seems like a smart character, whoever she is. And she's not gonna try to
Hey Pearl, do you want to try rolling gunnery?
I don't like the cut of your jib, and I'm real bored.
So anyway, this woman, she presses the button next to the door on the control pad, and it hisses open. Inside is Satine, a smattering of other soldiers and people that look like techs, many hollow screens and holodecks, and people, talking in hushed tones, and then two rather official-looking men in military attire, one of which has stars on his shoulder.
I'll
Hold
shout
on.
out, "Hey, Saeed, we found your boss."
Oh, he says, this one, well, I don't work for her. And then the woman turns, she says, yes, Saeed works for my father.
Oh, little spoiled son, daughter of an important boy, asking people to clear a path.
Well, she says, not all of us choose our prestigious or high ranks. Some of us are born into places and must do our best with them. General Amora, Captain Errol, she says as she turns to the official-looking gentleman. How are you? Saeed, do you have the device? Yes, Senator. Then the other guy's not her too. There's Senator. Yes. She goes over. She looks at this attaché case, and she starts to open it. Now, I want everybody to give me an average perception check.
One success.
Failure and a threat, but triumph.
Failure advantage.
All right, so that is our 1 hour, our hour. That we're reaching the next hour here. So I'm going to take another super quick potty break, like 2 minutes here.
I'm glad that you mentioned it because I was about to.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a reveal on what that role has
Nice.
brought these players to witness.
Sweet.
Hope you guys are having fun so far. I also wanted to reach out and thank the anonymous donor that gave us $10. That's super cool. Thanks a lot.
All right, so our perception rolls here. We'll start with Opdug, who, while he doesn't notice anything, has an advantage. So I'm gonna let you hang on to that and use that as like if you want to boost somebody, or well, I guess just somebody on the next roll. So for folks tuning in, one thing that you can do with advantages is you can add a blue die to your teammates' rolls with one advantage, or you can with two advantages you can add one to your own roll. And so Opdug only really has the option to boost one of the other players. Or if he had to, he could also use it, put a setback or a black die, or make the roll of any opponents harder. Taquin, that threat is going to just be another point of strain. Your systems are starting to feel a little stressed.
I have a bad feeling about this.
But you have that triumph, and so I'm gonna let you hang on to that as well. You can upgrade somebody's check, or is there something else you want to do with that?
Well, since I didn't notice anything in particular, yeah, maybe just kind of like a heightened state of awareness, maybe.
All right.
Like
you have a heightened
into my next roll, maybe upgrade
have
it.
a heightened state of awareness. Pearl notices that the captain, who the senator, who this woman acknowledged as Captain Errol, he's tensed up quite a great deal as time has progressed in the room, especially when the senator starts to look at the device, or whatever this mysterious thing is in this mysterious box.
She's so tall she can see over the crowd, so she notices this, whereas us two, we can't see through the crowd.
Sounds right. Maybe even the extra added. I'm sure at this point she's got to kind of be bent over a little bit, like she's not, just a bit around.
She's leaned over everyone in the room and is like a foot away from this guy's face, and is like, "You look awful tense." I can't imagine why. Can I just ask the captain about that, if I'm noticing that he looks kind of nervous? Just like, "Hey, Errol, you're looking a little on edge. Something bothering you? You need some more fiber in your diet? What's going on with that?"
So this cues the senator in as well, Senator Organa, which I think you can all safely assume she's a Senator Organa, because she's introduced herself as both a senator and of House Organa. Yes, Errol, are you all right? And with that, I'm gonna have the players make a vigilance roll.
Ooh.
Just simple, no difficulty.
I bet he doesn't have enough fiber in his diet. One success to advantage.
Can I upgrade my roll from my heightened state of awareness?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I just want to see. I don't think I have anything that's going to help me there. One success.
All right, and then I have one more roll I got to make here real quick. Just to set this up. And so what the players are doing right now is rolling their initiative. because something is happening. So so what happens next happens very quickly. Captain Errol draws his blaster. It's got a light blaster pistol. He draws it as quickly as possible. Trains it on the senator. And fires.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh no. Rookie move here. Rookie move.
You killed the senator straight up and
No,
ended
no,
the
no.
story.
We've all lost the Star War.
It's now over. The movie's never happened.
I guess you don't have to do that gunnery roll after all.
Damn!
Let's do this again here.
You just want to swap out your gray curls for some brunette buns and become Princess Pearl.
Now I'd like to see that movie.
Let's try this again. Why didn't it show up last time? Sorry, I'm having a little some technical difficulties. So, this shot that Captain Errol takes, it finds its mark.
Ooh.
It hits the senator. For 8. She takes 8 wounds. It strikes her square in the chest, like right in the middle. And she screams and is knocked backwards. Oh, treachery! Errol screams. The captain screams, "For the Empire! Die, rebel scum!" And with that, now it is a player turn. And in the Star Wars system, in the storytelling system, which is also now the Genesis system, and it's really fun. Players do not share they don't have a specific order. They just share a pool of slots. And so they can decide amongst themselves who's going to go first here, because it is now the players that have a chance to move.
I do have Quick Strike, which allows me to add a blue to combat checks against targets that have not yet acted, but I'm assuming that shooting her counts as having acted.
That was an action, yes.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Because it's only the one that's acted, right? Or did they both go?
Well, I think he's the only guy that's outed himself as a traitor.
He is.
Oh, it's just him.
Yeah,
it's just him. So that other NPC slot is the senator herself.
I see. So if your quick strike means nothing, please. Pearl has been itching. Pearl wants to shoot something so bad.
Can I? So, well, it looks like we all get to go before he has another chance. So, can I still go first, just so that I can run to the senator side and apply a stim pack? Seems like that might be something that should be done.
Instead of just turning the room into a rain of bullets immediately. This is how no one gets hurt.
To be fair, they're both happening at the same time, so...
Yeah.
Yes, they are. This is a simultaneous situation. It's all
So I'll
split seconds apart.
I'll move to the senator side then and apply a stim pack onto the affected area, which should heal 5 wounds, unless something happened to her earlier that day where she already needed to use one.
Nope. She was in, when you first met her, she was a picture of health. As Pearl pointed out, she's a youngster, glowing, sharp. A little less now, but you have the stim pack is just a maneuver as well. So that's you've used 2 maneuvers. You do still have an action if you'd like one.
Okay. Well, so that gives me 2 points of strain for taking 2 maneuvers. So in that case, what I'll do with my action after applying that stim pack is, would you say, is everybody kind of at short range?
Yes, you're all short range.
Okay, so I don't have the force, so I can't pull things to me, but I do have an integrated grappling gun. So can I make a? It would be a 2 purple ranged light to try and pull the trader's gun out of his hand. I'm guessing since I'm calling my shot, I might have to add a couple of blacks onto that as well.
Yes, you will have to add 2 blacks to that, but you may do it.
Damn, I was hoping you were saying you were going to grappling hook onto Leia and pull it towards you.
Yeah, I thought
and
we were
then
going to be doing
stick her
a
with the
scorpion
stim
thing. Stab
Get
her with
over
a
here.
grappling hook and then be like, here, I'm healing you.
Ooh, failure. So I
Woof.
launch my grappling hook and it just sails past his head. And I have to
Great
like reel
try.
it back in, real embarrassed.
Okay.
Well, to add with that failure, what you do is when it sails past him, it lands on one of the consoles and hits a button, and that button causes one of the hollow screens to turn off, which had a bunch of numbers running on it, and a tech who, while turning towards the chaos that's now ensuing and the blaster bolt that was fired, turns back, sees that all his work has been erased, it turns back towards you and gives you a dirty look.
Come on, man.
In the midst of all this, how could you? I was those computations. All right, next player turn.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do it.
Go on.
Pearl just whips out her gun, just like, finally, it's getting interesting. Okay, so I will do a gunnery roll. My gun has electronic sighting, which means I can aim as an incidental once per round at short range, which adds a blue, I believe.
Yeah.
And I also have the targeting system, which adds another blue once
And
per
then I am
encounter.
gonna flip a destiny point to upgrade the challenge on that.
Nice, so you might get some collateral.
Ooh. I hope.
And then since we have it so what you want to do on this particular virtual tabletop is if you go to the far left hand side, there's like a little cheesy looking ray gun.
Mhm.
You see that? Click on
Yeah.
that icon and it'll give you your list of weapons
Okay.
that you have, and so you will select you'll select the character you're shooting at, and Captain Errol's one of those red ones.
Oh, I got it.
And then select the range, which is short, and the weapon, and then you add your dice, and then just make sure to swap one of those purple out for a red. I believe you'll have two reds in that roll.
2 reds? Okay, because it's showing like a purple and a little up red arrow.
That's the adversarial upgrade. This guy you're going to shoot at, he is an adversary 1.
Okay, so I'm adding another red. So would it be? I'm sorry, I'm not used to this site.
So actually, no. So excuse me. Since it's short range and it's just an easy shot, you'll upgrade that first one, and then you're just going to add an additional purple.
Oh, I
instead
see.
of 2 reds.
Okay.
No, Eden, you're it's Eden, right?
Yeah.
I know that you are a a professional, more or less, game master. So I hope
He's got one
believe
right
I have it
adversary. Purple becomes red, and then Destiny Point adds another purple.
Yeah, and I'll also do a Rain of Death maneuver, so I can use the auto fire effect without upgrading.
I hope this guy doesn't have any intel on him that we need.
Fuck him! Pearl's bored! What do we got? 4 success, 3 advantage! Die!
That's a load of damage.
What's your crit on your gun?
Oh boy, it's 3 advantage, isn't it?
Oh boy.
How much damage
Is
does
that how
it
you
do?
want to
12?
spend those advantages?
Man, you have no idea how long she's just been, I gotta shoot something. This is how I'm supposed to be spending my retirement. Where's my D100? I'ma crit him. I want to turn this guy into a pile of salsa.
Do you also have lethal blows or vicious or anything?
I have Vicious 1 and
Okay.
Pierce 1.
So do you want to crit him? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Did you say do you have lethal blows or anything that upgrades that crit?
I don't have lethal blows. I have Vicious, which does that add
Yeah, that's
10 per rank? Yeah, so that'll add an extra 10. Let me roll my D100.
Here, I've just got a button for. Okay, cool. There's a what is 80? I was hoping to have this do the thinking for me. The crit for 80 is, I think it's disoriented.
Will it be 90 plus
overpowered.
the 10?
Yeah. So if it's 80, if it is 90 without, if it is 90 with the vicious, then that is compromised. Increased difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
All right. So you have just blasted him extensively. He's taken multiple blaster bolts. Your precise aim means that nothing else in the room has been touched. He drops his weapon, kind of falls to the floor on his knees. He is not dead, but he is very close to it.
Damn, what's this guy's armor like? The thing does 16 damage. What the hell's a soak?
It's good soak. It's just enough. It's just enough. He's on the precipice of bad things. So anyway, there's one more player turn here.
Mm-hmm. Opdog, in the midst of all this, is using quick draw and quick draw improve to just draw both holstered blasters as incidentals. He will aim at this guy, which again, that will mean a boost. What is it? His other incidental is he could suffer 2 strain to avoid increasing the difficulty of a ranged light check when attacking with 2 weapons. So, yeah, that's his plan. He's drawing both blasters, aiming at this guy, and shooting at the exact same time
Oh yeah,
that
let's
Pearl
just
is.
murder the hell out of this dude. I love bloodlust.
All right. How does this shot turn out for him?
Let me see. So I'm gonna click Errol, and then that. I still select ranged light in the thing. Yeah.
No, it'll just for whatever the
Oh,
whatever
add dice. Right.
Yeah, the add dice button will do it all for you.
What were my boosts? I'm confused why there's 2 boosts immediately.
Does your gun?
It'll add if you have like abilities or whatever that give you the boost, it'll just add it automatically.
Yeah, but does that add quick strike automatically because this guy's already gone? So you have 2 ranks of quick strike. Has that added them there?
How many boost die would you have total here without the?
Well, just without using quick strike, I don't think it should be any.
And you can remove them
gone.
just so you can remove any if it adds any dice in error. You can just remove them by clicking on them.
I'll keep the one for the aiming. Did I need to change the difficulty ones again, or are they fine?
Let's say they're fine. He's almost dead. This is wrapping up here. It's kind of a shoo-in at this point. You finish him off. Where do you shoot him?
Success to advantage. I believe I can just shoot with both blasters with that advantage. It's just square in the chest, just both of them. Just...
He flies backwards onto the floor.
So I guess as he's dropping his blaster from Pearl's shots and falling to his knees, then he gets two brand new fresh ones straight to the chest.
And you're like, yes,
Yeah.
all me.
Gun flicks.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like your gun has the accurate 2, so it automatically adds 2 blues on.
Okay.
I mean,
Sweet.
I feel like he's dead.
Yeah.
He's very dead. He's very dead. Lifeless on the floor. Agonal gasps come out like Senator Organa looks at the three of you, looks at the general, looks at Satine. What just happened? Oh, and as she does, the proximity sensors, the proximity alert on one of the computers triggers. It's a red light. It's very bright. A siren comes on. I won't do it with my voice here. It's just too Cornell. I got to.
Pearl's face just lights up, just like, does that mean there's more of them?
Leia looks at her. Yeah. She looks at the sensor screen. Looks at the sensor operator. General, says the sensor operator, ships have entered the system. It looks like there's multiple Star Destroyers. Ties are inbound. Drop ships. Senator Organa again looks at everybody. We must move now. You three, follow us. As for your you asked the other guy about the combat. There will be bonuses. Whatever they promise to pay you. I've got more. And then her and her soldiers start fleeing down the hallway back towards the tarmac, clearly expecting you to be in tow.
Oh, hell yeah. I gotta kill people and I get paid more to do it?
Just heavy weapons expert things. Heavy things. So as you go down this hallway, the entire facility now is even busier than before. There are red lights flashing in all of them, all of the different hallways, siren sounds. You emerge through the door out onto the tarmac to a very chaotic scene. These X-wings that were parked on the tarmac when you got there, these space fighters, these starfighters, have taken off and are now battling TIE fighters above this complex. There are blaster shots and laser beams, explosions, all that good stuff. Immediately when you exit the door, there is a group of rebels, a squad of rebel soldiers, and they are engaged with a squad of stormtroopers who have just exited their dropship, which is in turn taking off. So we're going to do another round of initiative here. This time it's going to be cool. So players, give me a cool check.
Oh, cool check, guys. One
Super cool
advantage,
check.
dude.
1 success.
I will remember to use an actual talent this time. So I can suffer strain equal to ranks in, what is that? Rapid reaction and add successes. Which I forgot to do last time, which might have saved the princess from being shot.
She's fine.
She says she agrees. She's like, I'm fine. It's not the first time.
Dang, Opdog, you're so cool.
NPC slots all rolled out. What are we doing on time here, right? Okay, ooh, that's a really nice even initiative spread there. I've never had it that good before. So that first NPC slot is the rebels themselves, and they are, as I said, fighting these stormtroopers. They are not quite at engaged range; they're at short range. And as I said, the blaster bolts are they are ringing out. And so what happens here is that these rebels on their first turn take out a couple of the stormtroopers. Well, excuse me, just one of the stormtroopers. So you see one of the stormtroopers get shot before it is the first player's turn. These stormtroopers are they're at like short range to the door. They're off to the right, and there are a few crates here or there that you could use as cover.
So they're blocking our way. Then we need to go through them.
You are going to probably need to go through these stormtroopers.
Okay. So I could. I do have the quick strike, but I don't want to use that. If you guys don't mind having your ability to fire hampered a little bit, I could cloud their vision.
I mean, I'm just gonna shoot wildly no matter in the general direction. I don't care if my vision is hampered.
But because it would help to not have us get shot.
I feel like Opdog is probably just going to like shoot straight away with his quick strike, so you'd be fighting him.
Okay, well, yeah, then I'll hold off then if you want to quick strike first and take some of these guys out, because I'm gonna have to wade into the thick of it anyway.
So it's just the group of the troopers in front of us.
So yes, there's a group of troopers. They are now one down, and as stormtrooper squads tend to have, there's one stormtrooper that looks different from the rest.
Yeah.
He is wearing an orange armband.
Is he behind them or like to the side of them?
He's kind of to the side, to the flank, kind of behind him. He looks like he's been issuing orders.
I'm going to take a shot at him. So that. How is he short still, or?
Yes, they're at short range. It is a very close firefight.
Right. So that. Get to use quick strike. Hell yeah. So that's 2 ranks. And that. No. That looks to be right. Yes. 4 success, 5 advantage. With PS2, so I can fire with both guns.
Yeah, with that advantage, you'd be able to trigger both of those.
Trigger both. Yep. And I can do that on only 1 advantage as well.
Ooh.
Because of talents. So then I could crit him as well. Definitely.
Nice.
What was there a special crit roll button?
So what you're gonna do is you select the character that you're critting, and then on that little bar where it shows all your dice, there in the middle.
Yep.
On the far left, there's a little D20 symbol. if you click on that, it'll slide over to the number dice, and there should be a red box at the bottom that says roll crit for this PC, even though it's an NPC.
There is not.
Here, let me just. Did you have any vicious or deadly blows or lethal blows?
One rank of lethal blows. Where are my weapons at? And that's it.
So he has a fearsome wound. Where do you hit him and give him this wound?
I was probably just like aiming at the bright orange color on his shoulder, as cats and dogs want to do, I guess.
Increases the difficulty of presence checks. You made him ugly. He's never gonna get a date now.
You shoot the pauldron off him, and now nobody will listen to him.
You know what? Let's go with that. You hit his little pauldron, his little insignia. You rip it. Causes him to drop his weapon for a second, but he catches it midair, so he doesn't like actually drop it. But it's all just kind of a very it's kind of a pathetic display, coupled with him being now fearsomely wounded. So maybe his troops are not going to listen to him so good.
Let's hide behind one of the crates.
And you take cover. All right. Next up is the senator. She starts. Oh no! Yeah, is it? No, excuse me. It's the. Yes, it is. Okay, it's the senator, and she starts giving her troops orders. She's got an ability that it gives them an extra maneuver, and a boost to their next turn. And so she gives her men the order. She says, "Start prepping the ship," and she points to this smaller vessel that is not very far away from you. Get it ready. We need to get out of here. You three, you're coming with me. And as she does, a small group of TIE fighters, they fly overhead. They strafe the tarmac. They hit her ship. It blows up.
Got a secondary plan?
I do. She looks across at the CR-90 that you all fly. Oh, he's not going to be happy about this. She turns to her squad here. She says, "Go, secure the Tantive. We're going to take the 4. We're going to take the Tantive 4. Go, get ready." And then she raises her blaster and fires at this group of stormtroopers, who are nearby. And then it'll be a player turn.
Taquin, did you want to go first? Because I know that you have a quick strike as well.
Well, the thing I would do wouldn't involve quick strike, but I can. Actually, no. It might be better if. So her ship, the new ship that we're going, is there a free path towards it, or are these troops still blocking the way? Like, since we're heading in kind of a different direction now.
So what it looks like across this tarmac is that there are crates within short range of everybody, but then once you head into like medium range, and this Corvette is at long range, there is nothing. It is an open tarmac, with the exception of some blaster scores from the blaster cannons on the TIE fighters. Or if somebody's listening and is thinking, "Oh, TIE fighters don't have blaster cannons," the laser cannons, whatever they are. There's carbon scoring and it is big and open. And then far off in the distance, 2 more drop ships are inbound. And that's what you see. But currently there are no enemies that are securing this. It's more left of you, whereas these stormtroopers are off to the right.
Okay, so these stormtroopers are at short range. So I will cloud their minds, which is to say I have a mist dispenser installed. As an action, I can activate it to fill an area out to short range with heavy fog that lasts for 3 rounds. And heavy fog, what it does is it provides 3 blues to any stealth rolls, but 3 blacks to any perception. And I'm assuming ranged combat rolls on the part of the stormtroopers, or potentially Pearl, unfortunately.
I'm thinking so with the combat, we'll just stick with the normal 2 due to concealment. But any combat checks you make in this fog will add 2 black setback die, unless you have equipment or an ability that offsets that.
Well, I've got my X-ray specs, but I am gonna say to the princess, I've clouded their minds. Now we can use this opportunity to escape.
You've clouded all our minds, but it's very helpful. Thank you. And she uses this. She started heading in the same direction as her troops, clutching the place where she was shot but got injected by the stim pack. And so, was it an action to activate?
Yeah, that's an action to do that.
Okay. It is now. Is it the stormtroopers or the sergeant? I'm just not good today. It's wrong day for that. It is the squad of stormtroopers. And they are shouting, "Get them, get them," because that's what stormtroopers do. For the Empire, you will be crushed, rebel scum. We will bring peace to the galaxy.
The preloaded phrases in their helmets.
Exactly. And Pearl, since you are the big target, and as dumb groups of enemies with guns tend to do, they tend to shoot at the biggest thing. They're going to target you.
I am a very large target.
You are
This
very
is
large
huge,
target.
like black silhouette in the smoke.
Say not quite big enough to impart that extra bonus due to the silhouette difference, but close.
The troopers look up like, the rebels have ATSTs too?
So their blaster bolts, uncharacteristic of stormtroopers, strike true. And Pearl takes 12 damage, minus soak.
Yeah, whatever. I got 6 soak and 18 wound. I'm fine.
But in addition, they are also able to trigger a critical. Fortunately, they don't have anything special to make that bigger, but
That's not the type of GM talk I'm used to.
well, it won't let me do the fancy way, so we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. It will not. I've never encountered this before. So your crit is a 92, which is
It's at the brink. Suffer 1 strain every time you perform an action.
so you will suffer 1 strain every time you perform an action.
How many grandchildren you got? I feel like you're probably used to that.
Ah, my head.
All right, and it is the last player turn, so it is Pearl's turn to answer these stormtroopers.
Okay,
What does she do?
can I try to kind of move in the direction of the ship, but just firing wildly into the mist while I do.
Sure.
Okay.
So your maneuver will be to move towards the ship, and then you'll be firing somewhere in there as well.
Yeah. What? They're in short range, right?
Yes.
You would
Okay.
have to do 2. If you want to use barrage, which I think you might have, you would have to use 2 maneuvers to get to long range.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm not gonna bother with that, but I can add a blue, since it's in short range, to aim as an incidental. And I will also use my targeting system to add another blue to that.
And you'll have to add blacks for the smoke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Would I be able to take a strain to do an extra maneuver to be able to do Rain of Death as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Excellent. And I'll just add on another strain since I'm taking an action here. And it's a black because of the smoke?
2 blacks.
2 black.
2 blacks.
2 black due to concealment. It's very thick smoke. Their minds are very clouded.
And is it an easy roll since it's short range?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see how we do. 1 success, 3 advantage. I feel like that could have been better. But that does mean I can crit. That does mean I can crit.
So were you shooting at the stormtroopers?
Yeah, I'm shooting at the group.
All right.
I think crits, they just can straight up kill minions if you want, right?
Correct.
Oh, I think I forgot to select the actual person I was shooting against. Sorry about that.
That's all right. All right, so your barrage takes down 2 of these stormtroopers, and they fall like bags of, say, rocks, but they're made of plasteel or whatever it is. So like a bag of plasteel, thunk thunk. The hollow sound of the plastic against the tarmac. You can hear it through the smoke, and you are now a little bit closer to the ship. This final stormtrooper, the sergeant, now injured from this shot, gives his troops a command. He says, "Charge in there, take them by hand, capture them now," and points. And so these stormtroopers, they all move to what is essentially a few of them charge into engaged range and start going. They're at a place where they'll start going hand to hand with the rebels here pretty quick. And then seeing this droid who's spraying this smoke out, he's lacking presence, not intelligence. He aims at you, Taquin. Oh no.
Can I dodge? I have 2 ranks of dodge.
Remind me what dodge does again, because yes, you can.
When I'm targeted by a combat check, I can suffer strain no greater than my ranks of dodge, which is 2, then upgrade the difficulty of the check by that number.
Yes, let me. How many ranks do you have?
2.
So the upgrade on it would be. Reroll that.
So does the mist just come out of his palm, or is like a canister that pops out below under his forearm?
It's like in my torso, so it just like blows out. I've got a panel in the back.
God, yes.
So he still hits. He still hits you, and he hits you for 14 damage minus your soak. It's a pretty heavy hit.
Okay, well, I've got some soak.
He puts a burn hole too as well in your Jedi robes there, in your combat robes. And then we're back
Oh,
up.
I also have ranged defense. I have a rank of ranged defense. Does that automatically get applied?
It did. It added
Okay.
it in there already for you. And I know we're getting low on time here. We're just playing till 11. If I remember correctly. And not going over and on. Okay, cool. I was kind of curious on that, and I should have probably asked at a time other than like right at the end while we're playing.
We can keep going, right?
We're going on like the whole sessions for us, right? I've got this written up through
All day.
Oh,
We
All
got
sorry,
2
weekend.
days worth of content.
Maybe more than that. So the rebels, they target the group of stormtroopers, take their shots, and drop another stormtrooper. Another stormtrooper falls to the tarmac in a dull clatter of plasteel, and we are back with the players again. It is a player turn. There are now stormtroopers at engaged range.
At engaged range.
They're starting to move in here. I just got this order from their sergeant.
Because my melee is not great, but I do have reinforced gauntlets. Can I just swing one of my big meaty paws at one of these guys?
All right, is that you going to be the first player to take the top of the round?
Ooh, unless one of you guys wants to go. You do have quick strike.
Everybody's acted now, so we can't use quick strike anymore.
Well, no, we're at the top of the round.
Well, it's per encounter.
Oh, right. No, yeah, sure. I'll take the top of the round.
You see some stormtroopers just run through the mist, and now they pop out through the mist, and you're just there ready.
It doesn't look like my reinforced gauntlets are registering as a weapon, though, so I'll just do that as a regular melee roll. Is that 2 purple for melee?
Yes, it will be 2 purple every time.
Okay. It looks like we have 1 light side. Could I flip that to upgrade one of my green?
Sure.
Okay.
It's always you.
It's always me. Listen, I got a success and a threat. It also has disorient 3.
I think you'd need to trigger that with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the base damage for those? Like, what is it?
Base damage is 4.
And then what's your brawn?
Brawn is 3, surprisingly low.
So that's 8. You do 8 damage with that attack.
You're an old woman, I guess.
I'm old and decrepit. I put all my stats into agility.
You hit these stormtroopers. How do you hit them? What do you do to them? They're right in front of you. You've got the upper hand. You land the blows.
I just kind of want to like smack them aside, like get out of here. Just backhand them.
You backhand one of them, and it appears to incapacitate it because the stormtrooper again clatters to the ground. Now at this point, Senator Organa and her soldiers are starting to sprint across the tarmac for the Tantive 4. And that is how she uses her entire turn, is giving them orders and fleeing, expecting you and yelling at the 3 of you to follow and to provide covering fire. So who's the next player that's going to go here?
I'm pretty sure I'm still the closest, like furthest away from the ship, because I didn't move yet. And you guys both have, so I guess I'll probably start backing up while still firing at the sergeant. Trying to just keep him pegged back there.
All right, moving towards medium range.
Towards our ship, yeah.
Take your shot.
It is a medium one, that's fine. I'll do the strain again to fire with both, hopefully. And just 5 success, so I can only shoot with my main gun. So I'm walking, walking backwards, looking at this guy, just firing at him, but only well enough to use my main handgun.
So where do you hit this stormtrooper when you hit him?
The exact same place that I shot before is where I was going at. Again, as cats and dogs are like, once they find something, they'll just keep at it.
So you hit him in the pauldron, and it finishes it off. This thing's got some tension to it, so it whips up and hits him in the face as he falls to the ground, apparently lifeless. So now they are without leadership, and you are a bit closer to your ship. The stormtroopers, they would get a little boost here because he gave them orders the last round, but I only feel that it's fair, since you just killed him, that boost is gone. And so the only people,
unless the orders were avenge me.
Avenge that guy. He doesn't even have an old orange pauldron on anymore. I don't know where the leader went.
They're all. So what happened now is they're all busy thinking about which one of them's going to get promoted after this. Now they don't have a sergeant. One of them's got to get the bump up, and that's just enough to take that boost away. Did it not? So they fire back at Op Doug, and hit him for 14.
Was there opposition dice on that? I'm just seeing a black.
Did I not? Thank you for that correction there.
I'm looking out for you, Catboy.
Looking out for me too, though. That's a rookie move right there. Blaine, it's just the virtual tabletop. It wasn't me. The VTT did it here. This fake table. It's fake
tabletop.
So they do 13 damage. Only 13.
Mm-hmm.
So the party is a little roughed up, correct?
That hurts. Yep.
Leia, or the senator, she sees this. Oh, are you okay? Are you all okay? Hurry! Like there's a medical team aboard the ship. And it's the last player's turn. You're down to a group of stormtroopers that is smaller now. There are only 5 of the 10 left.
All right, so presumably, since the smoke was coming to me, they're coming to engage range to us. So I'll use a maneuver first to move back to short range, because I do have the extended reach ability, so I can suffer a strain to make a melee combat check at short range rather than engaged, which would be only 1 purple. So that'll be against these troops. That is 6 success. So my staff does +2 on top of my brawn, which is 3, and I also have the superior reflexes ability, which gives me +1 melee damage. So that is 6 on top of 6 success. And then for my second maneuver, I'm going to take 2 more strain and move back further towards the ship.
So you are able to nimbly dispatch 2 of these stormtroopers. Is there a particular way that you did that?
Yeah, just kind of like hiding in the fog. Like I appear behind one, and I like take my staff and I pull it over his head, and then I just, the old Zack Snyder special.
Nothing personal, kid.
And I whisper, "You will move on to the next life."
Yikes.
All right. And with that's this guy here is dead, so his initiative slot is gone. Only I could get it to. Back to the rebel troops here. They fire on the stormtroopers in typical battle fashion. Further taking another one out. Now there's only about 2 stormtroopers left. And it is a player turn. We're back at the top of the round. Everything's reset. Any one of you could go.
I mean, Leia seems to be yelling at us pretty urgently. I'll swallow my bloodlust down and try to actually get to the ship that they're all fleeing to. I'll live to kill another day.
I mean, you can still fire.
I can still fire.
Yeah. Maneuvers to get to the ship and then just shoot them.
It'd be a shame not to.
It would be a shame. It would be such a shame. A crime, one would say.
Spend all that strain. When you get back on board the ship, there's sandwiches.
Yeah. They just said they have medical care on there, right?
Medical care. Back to.
And
Yeah.
it's a princess. Well, it's a senator's ship. She probably has amazing makeup.
It's true. Oh my god. I could try new colors.
Well, I do feel obligated to point out that she's probably the ship you all came in on. Likely her makeup collection just got blown up.
It's fine. My makeup collection is on there. Can I just try to, do the maneuver to move away and then shoot at the stormtroopers? And would that be short range?
So if you want to shoot first, it would be short range, because you're still kind of in that. I feel like last turn you moved within the short range. You were just about at medium range from the Corvette. So that put you at medium range of the stormtroopers. Actually, let's say they're at medium range now.
Medium range. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's 2 purple. And we'll just do that as is.
You got to try them. So there's only 2. There were only 2 stormtroopers left. Now there are no stormtroopers. You finished off the last 2.
Now there is chunky salsa.
How did you shoot him? Do you want to describe what went down?
With one more mighty roar of wah! Pearl, shuffling backwards, threw her head back, laughing, and just fired like a lunatic. She's been waiting all day for this. And, they just explode. The waist up, just a fountain. I want to live a little. I'm 650. I feel like I've earned the right to some enjoyment.
So these 2 pairs of legs, 4 legs, and two I guess, hips. 2 sets of hips. I don't know. They fall to the ground. And now there is a sea of stormtroopers. There's like 10 freshly made dead Imperials laying on the tarmac. Leia takes the opportunity. The ships will these next if we don't hurry, these next landing ships, these next they'll get us. They're coming for us. We need to go now, quick. Like she gets on her comms. Lower the turbo lift. We're coming aboard. You hear through the crackle of the comms since you've all caught up now. Princess, is that you? Captain, I'm a senator now. If you would please. Oh, pardon me, Senator. The ship's ready to go. Have you you talked with your father about whether it's we're in the middle of a combat situation. Let's go. And so you all rush aboard. She guides you up onto the bridge of the ship. Takeoff procedures initiate. It starts heading for orbit. The telltale rattle and hiss of it hitting the atmosphere reverberates through all of the paneling. It reaches safe orbit. It pushes through or charts a really good course to circumnavigate all of these destroyers that you can now see out the front windscreen of the ship. As you approach hyperspace, the comms crackle on. Oh, Senator, this is Cat Squadron. Do you need an escort out of the system? The princess or the senator leans back and says, Cat Squadron, yes. We'll transmit our hyperspace coordinates, our astrogation charts, and you can follow us through. We'll see you on the other side. And the ship enters hyperspace, sailing for safety. When you're now in the safety of hyperspace, the senator turns towards the three of you. Well, that was certainly something. She turns to Pearl. I adore that lipstick, but it's
Honey,
not as good as how you shoot.
You're saying something's better than my lipstick.
Well, your skill with it's merely a joke I'm making. Your skill with a blaster rivals it at least. I'm indebted. Sorry, go for it.
No, you go ahead, honey. Please, more compliments. I live for it.
I'm just muttering under my breath some affirmative inspirational quotes like "live, laugh, love" to try and recover my strain with more.
Is Doug doing anything right now? Other than
Probably it's just like hunched over and like licking at his hands and trying to clean the wounds.
Oh.
He'll probably stim pack because he has that, but he'll hide that. And just still, yeah.
As cat boys are wont to do.
Exactly.
As you are all wounded, I will have one of my aides show you to the medical bay. I must remain on the bridge to help make the important decisions of where to go. I will assure you that you will receive payment when we arrive at our destination. And then at this point, Sain walks in. He whispers something in her ear. Sain tells me that we offered you 15,000 credits.
A piece, that's correct.
Well, for the great service you've done the Senate, I think an additional 5,000 credits each is in order. When we arrive at our destination, I can't help but offer the Senate, the arm of the Senate that I am working for in my spare time could use 3 people such as yourselves, if you are interested. But if any of you need special arrangements to travel to other destinations or at least to get where you're going. We'll make those when we arrive. And with that, like, her aide comes and he says, let's go get you some medical care. Is there anything that you want to say to the princess, to the senator, the esteemed Senator Organa, before you leave?
Yeah, I just want to ask, excuse me, Senator, have you seen a power droid lurking about? I seem to have misplaced my squire. He is more intelligent than the average power droid, though he still has much to learn.
I have not seen any additional gonk droids, but I entered the ship at the same time you did, so I'm sure he's around.
Meanwhile, he's like on the planet wandering through the battle.
Well, I didn't.
As blaster bolts fly past.
I didn't imagine. Did he come with you all?
I figured he would have just stayed on the ship unless
Yeah,
you're like,
that's
come
what I
Squire.
thought,
Attend me.
We'll say he stayed on the ship, and as you headed towards the medical bay later, which you haven't done yet, you still have the opportunity to talk to the senator. He will waddle up to you, comment on your damage, offer to repair you in the same way you repaired him. As he says his droids say, in the nature of the Gonk religion, we repair each other so that we may further repair each other. So that we may further repair each other. Just
repair
gonna keep
ourselves so we can repair the galaxy.
Gone to infinity.
So are there any other messages, any other questions for the princess before you?
I'll take a little scrap of paper and I'll write down the brand of my lipstick for her and just like, here you go, honey. I think it would look gorgeous on you. That's the color too. Is
this a Dawooten brand?
Oh, I mean, like it's gotten popular everywhere. You look on the HoloNet. I'm sure you can find someone who sells it. Real big lipsticks, though. You might have to like just shave off a little bit.
I'm sure.
Just like with a one like this, like.
Just at that point, just like I imagine, just kiss it. You just like turn it.
What?
Instant application. And so with that, our heroes continue on their journey, though without us as spectators and participants. Thank you, the three of you, for playing. I am very, very, very grateful that I had such experienced players at the table. Now that we're at the end, I could kind of disclaim for the viewers that I'm new as a GM, so this is a new thing for me. I absolutely adore this system. It is super kooky, super fun, very malleable, and great for telling stories. And I'll get there.
Thank you for being our GM today. It's been a great time.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Great.
Yeah, you did a great job. I was entertained the whole time. Before we sign off, I never really had you guys introduce yourselves at the beginning. So now that we're done, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves? If you got anything to plug away.
Hey, everyone. I am Eden. I run the Empire Wreckers podcast, which is an actual play podcast that runs this system. We are currently on a hiatus, but we're coming back for season 8 in August.
And I'm Sarah. I am one of the players of that same podcast. I think Eden actually found someone's post about this fundraiser on Reddit, which is why a bunch of us came out, because we love this system and we all love cats. So if you want to hear more of us yelling at people and less of me trying to mind my language.
And I'm Badger. I'm not part of these guys' game. I've listened to it though. It's great. Definitely listen to it. I'm just a long-time fan of this system, and mate, if there was a chance to play it with a bunch of you guys, especially for such a good thing like this charity, I was jumping all over it. So hell yeah, I hope the rest of the weekend goes fantastic and you raise so much money for these cats.
No, I can't wait to sneak a donation in here or there to enact my will on some other
Yeah,
games.
for sure.
I'm a bit excited for that. I'm Ace. I go by Sassy on Discord. Let's see here. I don't have any plugs other than the Star Wars game itself and its offshoot Genesis. They're both really they're just really fun. They're very different from your D20 games. It's hard to describe without going on like, I could talk about it for hours, go on a tangent. But just check it out. Part of the reason I agreed to do this is that the Friday morning slot was open. But the other reason is that there were no Star Wars games on the schedule yet. So, hey, like we're on the board. We're on the board here for cats. But anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for hosting. This is a lot of fun, you guys. I'm actually really excited on the variety of systems we have this year. It's kind of cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and show you the cat cam for a while I set up the next game, which is Monarchies of Mao, being hosted by OD&D's very own Jeff. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.